Welcome back, everybody, to another fun gear review. So, I was perusing the shelves of my local Ollie's outlet, which is a liquidation kind of discount store. It's kind of like a Big Lot, if you have that in your area here in the U.S. And I found this gem that you see before you. This is the Klean Kanteen TK Pro Insulated Thermos. I'll give you some specs here. It's half a liter or 16.9 ounces volume, double wall vacuum, 18/8 food grade stainless steel. It is 10.2 inches high, 2.9 inches diameter, or 260 millimeters high, and 74.7 millimeters diameter. The cup, this part that unscrews it also acts as a cup, is 7.3 ounce capacity or 216 milliliters. And Klean Kanteen is pretty well known. They got some really great stuff. This lists on their website for $39.95. It can be found from time to time on sale for $23.97. You're not going to believe what I got this for at Ollie's. Are you ready? Look at that, $12.99. Holy smokes. What a steal. Okay, it comes in several finishes. This is the brushed stainless steel. It comes in black, green, and an ivory color that they call tofu. It is made from 90% recycled stainless steel. Once again, 18/8 food grade stainless steel. It's BPA free and double wall vacuumed. Now they make some pretty extravagant claims about this little thermos. They say it'll hold liquid 20 hours hot. They don't give you a temperature, they just say hot. So I guess that's subjective. Or 75 hours iced. That is crazy. So let's take a look at it. This base here is a impact base. Apparently this can take dents and stuff and protect the double wall vacuum. But as you can see, $12.99. It's half a liter or 16.9 ounces. Now at Ollie's, when I was there, they had this and they had the black one. And you can see how they do the threads. It's pretty slick. I got this one because the black one, I just didn't care for it. And they got the silicone double seal, so you got a ring here, and you got this guy here, which can be taken off for washing and cleaning. And on their website, they sell these as a kit, so if you wear it out, you can refurbish your thermos, and the kit's like $2.99, so $3. That ain't bad. I might have to pick one up. Well, it looks like there's some instructions down in there. Let's get those out. Of course, those are going to be a pain to get out. They always are. There we go. So these are the instructions in there. Let's take a look. Oh, it's in multiple languages. So, at any time you can pause and read this. Okay. Now, I was really happy to find this because I've been looking for a small thermos like this to take hot water with me to work so I can make instant coffee. Very rarely do I take anything like a dehydrated meal with me to work, but when I do, very nice to have. Plus, you could even consider this for, you know, camping and hiking. It's not terribly heavy. We're going to weigh it here in a minute. But picture this. You stop, you make your meal, you make a hot drink, whatever. If you have leftover hot water, you can put in here and save for the next time you stop. Or boil extra hot water and fill this up. That way the next time you stop, you can hydrate a meal, make some instant coffee, do whatever. Our scale set up here. Let's zero it up. And it is set to kilograms first. And a dry weight of 501 grams. 1 pound, 1 5/8 of an ounce. Not too bad at all. Not too bad. So I guess what we're going to do now is we're going to check these claims. 75 hours iced or 20 hours hot. So the longest test here is going to be the iced test. So I'm going to go to my kitchen. We're going to get some ice cubes. I'm going to put as many ice cubes as I can inside of this and some water, cold water. Take a temperature reading, and then we will come back as many times as we need be over the 75-hour period to see how it does. So I got some ice cubes in my tray here, some cold tap water. Let's get this show on the road. All right. There we go. Ah, good. They fit. I was worried that these ice cubes wouldn't fit, but they fit really well down in there. So that's good. If you had really, really big ice cubes, I don't think they would fit, not without breaking them up. But what I'm using here is working just fine. Now we're going to put as many ice cubes in there as I can, which looks like it's going to be all of them. The whole tray. Let me see here if I can get... Okay, good. Alright, so I got ice cubes all the way up to this bottom lip where this part seals. We're going to add some cold tap water. Okay. So I added cold tap water right up to that lip. I'm going to go ahead and seal it. And we're going to let it set for 5 minutes. And then we're going to take a temperature reading. Alright, it's been more like 15 minutes. Sorry, I got sidetracked with some stuff. So we are going to take a temperature reading. And that's going to be our baseline going forward. So right now we're set to Fahrenheit. Uh-oh. It shut off. Looks like 35, 34, 33, 32. You know, probably because I'm touching an ice cube in there. So we're getting like 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Switch that over to Celsius. And it's looking like 0.4 degrees Celsius. So that's our temperature moving forward. Date and time, it's just past 10:25 on the 21st. So I get off work at 10. I usually get home shortly thereafter. So we will check that when I get home and see what temperature we got and if we got ice. I'll see you then. All right, it is 10:15 at night. I just got home from work. Boy. So it's been, what is that, 12 hours? Oh, Lord. We're going to see what we got here. We should, ooh, the cap is cold. Let's see what we got. Well, looks like a lot of ice still in there. So I'm not going to be surprised by the temp. Looks like so 0 point whatever Celsius, Fahrenheit, oops, 33, 32, about the same. Okay, so I am going to go ahead, put this lid back on, and when I get up in the morning, after I've had my breakfast or anything, we will do another check on that. That should be in another 12 hours from now. It's almost 20 after on the 22nd. So that's another 12 hours, giving us a grand total of 24 hours into our ice test. Let's take a look. That lid is cold, so there's definitely there'll probably be heat and cold leakage through this lid. But I imagine with this cap, which also seconds as a cup on there, that kind of helps. Alright. Oh yeah, we still got ice in there. And I imagine the temperature is going to be the same as it was earlier. Okay. So down in the 30s on Fahrenheit, 1 degree Celsius, pretty much the same. So put this back together, and tonight when I get home from work, it'll be another 12 hours have passed, and we will check it again. Okay, it is 10:20 p.m. on the 22nd, another 12 hours. So that's 36 hours into our test. Let's see what we got. I had a fun day at work. Uh-oh. There's no ice. There's no more ice. Uh-oh. Let's see what temperature the water is, because the cap felt cold. So let's see. Fahrenheit first. Looks like it's still dropping slowly, but it looks like 41 degrees roughly Fahrenheit. In Celsius, that's like 5 degrees Celsius. So it's cold, but it's not iced. And specifically, they said 75 hours iced. Now, I wonder if that's just ice in there, because I put ice in there with water. Let's test the heat holding capability of the TK Pro. They claim 20 hours hot. So we're going to use this Boulin stove and energy saving pot. We're going to boil some water, put it in here, and try it out, shall we? Let's get this started. Alright. a full raging boil. Look at that. So we're going to cut the power here off, and we're going to pour this into the pot, hopefully without making a mess. Okay, got to pour a little bit back. All right, right up to the ring there where this guy seals. And I'm going to let this set for 10 or 15 minutes, and then we're going to come back and we're going to check the temperature. It's been like 10 minutes. Boy, that cap is hot. So we're definitely getting some thermal leakage out of the cap with the heat. So we are going to check the temperature in here. And looks like 202 Fahrenheit or 94 degrees Celsius. Okay, so that's going to be where we start. Today is the 2nd at about 10:30 in the morning. This begins our 20-hour test. It is 8:30 p.m. on the 2nd. We are 10 hours in on our 20-hour hot test. So this is the midway point. So let's see what the temperature is. That cap is hot. Now, when I tell you the cap is hot, my tabletop here is right around 80 degrees Fahrenheit, and that cap is reading anywhere from 84 to 90. Okay, in Celsius, that's like 29 degrees Celsius. So it is warm to the touch, hot, whatever you want to call it. So let us see where we are. Now, it was 202 degrees when we poured it in there, Fahrenheit. So let's see what we got. Looks like we have 150 degrees Fahrenheit or 65, 66 degrees Celsius. Not too bad, but we've lost a little bit of heat. That's to be expected. So I will see you again in another 10 hours, and we'll see where this is. It is 6:30 a.m. on the 3rd, and we are 20 hours in exactly on our hot test. Cap is still warm. Let's see what temperature we got. Alright, let's see what we got. Looks like 121 degrees Fahrenheit or 49 degrees Celsius. So, is it hot? Well, yeah, it's hot. Hot enough to make not what I would say a hot cup of coffee, but you know, just before it gets lukewarm. All right. So the heat test, I guess, did better than the iced test. The only thing left now is to give it a real world test for a couple months and see how it turns out. I will see you back in at least 2 months. When I bought this TK Pro Klean Kanteen thermos, I'll show you my receipt here. Got it for, as you can see, $12.99. But what's pertinent is I bought this on the 16th day of March of this year, 2024. Today is June 4th, 2024. So I've used this for a little bit more than 2 months. Now, I've almost used it every day of those days. I work between 5 and 6 days a week, depending on what happens. I work in a factory, and whether or not we work a weekend day determines whether we make our parts count or not. So I can't be any more accurate than that, but at least a little over 2 months. And I'm going to tell you, first we're going to take a look at it. There's a dent. I don't know if you can see that. There's a dent there, and a dent there. There's a dent right there. Small one there. So I've dropped it a few times in the factory on a concrete floor. Those are the dents I got. No real scratches or anything. This pretty much lives in my backpack. I use it mostly for hot water to make coffee. The seals are just fine. I don't see any wear at all on them. I imagine these silicone seals probably will go for many years before they wear, even though you can buy replacements. It's easy to maintain, easy to clean. Okay, those are all the positives. It survived those drops really well, and it works good for hot liquid for what I'm doing between 8 and 10 hours. Now let's talk about the negatives. The biggest negative I've come across using this is because of the finish, this is slippery, okay? Getting this cap on and off, there's no type of grip here. It's slippery metal. Now granted, I get a hold of it, I can open it and close it. But that slippery feeling goes along the whole thing. When this is full of water and I pull it out of my bag, if I'm not holding on to this, it can slip right out of my hand. And that's how it got dented a few times. I would say that's the biggest negative there. You have to be aware that, it's slippery. Now, would the other versions that are painted be any better? I don't know, because I opted to get the stainless steel brushed version. Other than that, that's really the only negative I can come up with. It works well. Even here in June, yes, I drink a couple hot cups of coffee every day at work. Yes, coffee. Coffee is life. Me and Talker, we love our coffee. All right. So, buy it, don't buy it. That I'm going to leave up to you, the viewer. But if you're looking for a smaller thermos, you might want to consider this one. I wouldn't pay full price for it, because if you do look, you can find it out there like I did at a place like Ollie's Outlet. And $12.99 sure beats the full price. And that's all I got to say about that. I will catch you later on out in those woods. over there. Maybe making yourself a cup of hot coffee. All right, everybody, have a great evening.